How's it going? My name is Richie Cutie, and I'm back with another episode of Cutie's Corner. Today, I'm here with special guest Brooke Rauber. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, for those of you who don't know, Brooke Rauber is a cross country and track runner for Tully High School. That is deep in upstate New York. Most people have probably never heard of Tully if you told them that. But it is a very beautiful place to be. I've been there. I've lived there before. It's great for running, especially. And I also wanted to start there. How getting into running. Obviously, it's not really easy at some times, but with the hilly terrain of Tully, how did that kind of help you become the runner that you are today?
Yeah, it's definitely made me a lot stronger than a lot of other runners. It also helps me on a lot of courses, like the national course, just because there's a ton of hills and you're just already prepared.
Yeah, and I also heard, I'm not 100% sure if this is right. My dad told me there was an article that he read where, your mom was a great runner, your dad was a great runner, but they never really kind of pushed you to get into running. So what kind of influenced you to start running?
I had always grown up around running. My mom coaches the team, so I would always go to meets and stuff and see all that. And I just felt like the team environment was so good. I just wanted to be a part of that.
And you said your mom was the coach or is the coach now of your team. What's that like being having her as a coach?
It's actually really good. We're really close, and she just kind of knows how I'm feeling just because she's my mom too. So our relationship has really grown, especially now that she's my coach. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I've heard. I talked with another guy recently about this. His dad is the coach of his basketball team, and he says that gets a little heated sometimes. But I feel like with when it comes to running, it's probably a lot less heated. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So one of the lost boys of Sudan, Lopez Lemon, lives in Atisco, which is in Tully. Have you ever worked out with him at all?
Not really. He's come to some of our practices and we got to meet him. And also when I went over to the Nike Elite Camp, he was down there because he runs for Bowerman now. And I showed up and he's like, "Oh, hey, Brooke," and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy."
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, he's always been one of the guys I've looked up to running myself being a track runner and cross country runner. Obviously not as good as you. I'm not that great. But yeah, so I also wanted to ask a lot of your videos your workout video, quarantine workout video got reposted by Mile Split. A lot of the attention come to you during this time. What's it like at being such a young age getting this kind of attention?
It's kind of nice. I don't like to put a lot of pressure on myself, but I feel like I like to help other people who look up to me. So I do as much as I can to help runners stay positive during this time.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And obviously, I heard that it was snowing there. I've seen some videos of it snowing there for my cousins. But it's been on top of that, it's been snowing. I'm not sure if you guys are in as as tough a lockdown as us are in North Carolina. I've heard upstate in Atisco and Tully is kind of a little bit looser just because a lot of people are further apart from each other. But how have you been able to overcome that, overcome the quarantine and even the snow just to get your workouts done?
Yeah, so I've been running a lot with my little brother because he's like the only one we're allowed to run with right now. There's a lot of good places to run around us, so we've just been mainly working out here at the house. Um, it hasn't been too bad where I'm from. There's not more populated areas. So it hasn't been too bad.
And right now, I'm going to transition to one of our main segments of this show, the rapid fire questions, just to get to know you a little bit better. There are three questions. It's going to be quick and painless. All right, you ready? All right. So we want to know: do you like Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish?
Sour Patch Kids.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
And Chevy or Ford?
Chevy.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on. This has been a pleasure.
No problem.